Hello YouTube, this is another video review from Super Apple Forever. This is on a PowerBook G3 Wallstreet edition running at 300 megahertz, I think, and I'm not sure about the RAM, but we'll look in a second. Okay, so this PowerBook came out in 1998, around the time where Steve Jobs came back to Apple and the iMac G3 Bondi Blue. It's either Bondi Blue or Bondi Blue. I'm not sure. Correct me. Well, I mean, don't correct me. I'll figure it out. This came out around that time, and this is when Apple was transitioning from the new to the old. So basically, like the old Apple, the way Apple did things before, to the new Apple with their 4 computer product line. So this is pretty interesting how this laptop worked. So right here you have a VIN and a Kensington lock and a CD drive. Now this CD drive was hot swappable, so you could either have a battery in here or a CD drive. So if you wanted to have 2 batteries, you could have 2 batteries, one on this side and one right here. If you wanted to also, you could have 1 battery and 1 floppy drive, or if you're just going to keep it on power, you could have one CD drive and 1 floppy drive, or you could just get an external floppy drive. So here's the CD drive. It just pops out by pulling this tab here. So this CD drive is from 1998 too. It has this goo stuff was here when I got it. I think it's rust or something, but the CD drive still works. And on the other side, you have sorry about this. You have the battery, which. This battery doesn't really hold the charge anymore. It'll hold the charge for about 5 minutes, and that's it. So this is from 1998 too. It still has the old Apple battery meter on it, which is pretty cool that they did that. They did that back then. So let's put it back in. Right here you have a 256K modem on, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong on that, and 2 PCNCIA card slots. I'm not sure what they're called. If that's wrong, correct me on that too. I'd appreciate it. Right here you could either have these don't support Wi-Fi cards or airport cards. So you could either get a external Wi-Fi card, or you could get an external USB, because these don't have USB either. They have the old Apple serial port. So back here, another fan. You have the power, the video out, and the headphones. Right here is the little tab that you pull back, and you have VGA, S video out. I think that's for the external CD drive or hard drive or anything else like that. Ethernet, so these can get on the internet with Ethernet. You have the modem / Apple serial port, and this is either for an Apple serial port or for the old Apple keyboard or mouse. Or you could use both of these for a keyboard and a mouse if you want to turn this into a desktop. This is here for reset. I don't know if you can see that. It just shows how to reset it, and it shows the picture down here. So that's pretty cool. I got this laptop for 2 reasons. I have an old QuickTake 200. If you don't know what that is, I'll be making a video review on it soon, so so you can look at that on my channel if I have it up yet. So I got this to put I still use the QuickTake to take pictures because it's pretty cool, and I got this to put the pictures on it and to play old Mac O.S. 9 games on it. Now, as you know, well, I don't know if you know this or not, sorry, Apple and like 97 and 98 was basically failing. They were about to declare bankruptcy, and then they got Steve Jobs back, and he needed to get the Mac going again. So he went out and talked to a lot of game developers and software makers and came out with a bunch of new software and games. This laptop can run a bunch of cool old games that cannot run on Mac OS X, like Tomb Raider, the original, and a bunch of other old school games. So that's pretty cool. They actually had a lot of games for Mac OS 9, a lot of them. And you can run like old games, like Macintosh games on here, but I'm not sure how that works. So in here we got the old Apple logo, and it says Macintosh PowerBook G3. Now if you see one with nothing here, and instead of saying PowerPC right here and a new Apple logo, then this one will that one will probably be able to support USB, and it will have airport card support. And on that you would have like the iBook G3 or G4, you'd have these two tabs right here. Because this doesn't do anything on here, but you'd pop these up and you could remove the keyboard and put an airport card and upgrade the RAM and stuff. Now another funny thing about this computer is the trackpad. Now we're all used to having pretty big trackpads for your MacBook Pros or MacBooks with the 3x3 inch trackpads. Even for your PC users, you have pretty big trackpads, but on here you just have a little trackpad. It's about 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, so it's pretty 1 inch by 1.5 inches, so it's pretty tiny. There's a thumb comparison or a pointer finger comparison. It feels good when you click on it. I mean, it's really not much of a bothersome, but I mean, it's okay. So let's power it up. Kind of gotten dirty. I haven't used it in a while. Sorry about all that. So this is running Mac OS 9.2, Apple's last classic OS. It takes a while to bring up the screen for some reason. It's kind of slow with startup. So if you want to skip through that, you can. Another thing about it is the speakers right here. These speakers sound better than my MacBook Pro speakers. They sound really good. They have good bass and stuff. I even listen to CDs on here because the speakers sound so good. Here it is booting into Mac OS 9.2. You can see the Finder smiling at you. Welcome to Mac OS. Really, Mac OS 9 and Mac OS 10 have a lot in common. Here it is loading all the different icons. It doesn't take too long to bring it up. The time's wrong though. There's what you had instead of the little spinning gear, you had the time watch. There's Untitled, that's the hard drive. And then this is Internet Explorer, because Apple didn't have Internet Explorer until about 2003. Register with Apple Mail. I still use this laptop to check my email, believe it or not. QuickTime Player, Sherlock 2, Opera, and games and the trash can. Now this right here is Mac OS. This is the equivalent of a Mac OS 10 dock. It has some information like batteries, what you have in the hot swipeable drives, QuickTime, and a bunch of stuff like that. Now let's look at some applications. First here we'll look at the internet. This is I don't have it connected to the internet right now, unfortunately, but you can see what the browser looks like. This is I'm trying to think. This is Internet Explorer 5. You can even run Internet Explorer will run on Snow Leopard. If you go to type in old apps on Google and then select Mac, and then you can get that actually, and it will run on Mac O.S. Snow Leopard. It's pretty cool just to see how it used to work. So it's going to bring it up. Here it comes. Internet Explorer 5 Macintosh Edition. Now this is how you would switch applications back then. See, here's the Finder and Internet Explorer. It would show that in whatever you wanted to run, you would click it. So let's open up a new window, or no, it's going to open one up for us. A bad thing about this though is that it never opens it up using the full screen. It always has this little line right here. So there's Internet Explorer 5 for Macintosh. It's telling me I'm not connected to the internet. So let's look at QuickTime. Now, there's something very, very cool about QuickTime from back then that you probably don't know about, which is very, very interesting. It's QuickTime 5. This is very interesting. Now, back then, like I said, Apple was trying to get the Mac going again. So you could actually watch live TV on your computer for free. On your Macintosh, of course. All you needed was QuickTime. And it was a free Apple update, just like now. Here's CNN, Disney, and all these other things. You can see that they're the old logos for the old Weather Channel and stuff. Now let's try and see what happens. Maybe if we try and watch Nick. Let's see what happens. See, it could not connect to the server. Unfortunately, this is not done anymore. They haven't done this since 2000, I think. It was live streaming of live TV over the internet, which is extremely cool. And I wish they still had that now. That would be amazing. Another thing is Sherlock 2. This is kind of like Apple's Apple's search engine, but unfortunately that they don't have this anymore. They stopped putting this on with Tiger, and even if you try to use it with Tiger, it won't work. So you have a hard drive. You can search hard drive for people, shopping, things like that. You can search apple.com. So that's about it. It's pretty interesting though when you look at this. There's you can see how the OS has changed and how everything's different now. So thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask me. I'll try and answer them as soon as I can. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching.